Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. Going to give a review on the Edinburgh dungeons today. This video is for Tuesday. Been to Edinburgh dungeons on last Monday I believe. And I got to admit, I've been to London dungeons and Blackpool dungeon before. This is the scariest one so far. This one actually made me jump in a few places. Like at the minute. I still need to visit York Dungeon and Alton Dungeon, which is in the Alton Towers, so that one's going to be a bit more difficult to do because I'll have to buy theme park tickets to do it, because you can't do it separately. But give a quick rundown. If you want to go, this is the website, I'll put it in the description. £18.50 for an adult. That's just like standard tickets, as well as they have like different style tickets here. But let's just quickly go through the actual thing right here. So unfortunately the boat ride was down for maintenance, and the drop tower, like the drop dead ride, was down for maintenance as well, so couldn't really experience them, which was a shame, but everything else was good. So once you go through, scan your ticket, you go through corridor into the photo op area, which they take a few photos. We didn't have time to buy the photos because we had to go for another tour like 15 minutes afterwards. But the first one is the Judgment's courtroom, or the Judgmental's courtroom, which was basically, if you've been to London dungeons or in any other dungeons for that fact, it's essentially the same sort of thing. Some of it was changed to fit like the narrative, but it was mostly the same thing. It was more of like a quirky thing there. They pick out like 3 people, they like accuse them of stuff, like accuse them of being a witch and that sort of thing. The second one, Angus Finney, Witch Judgment, that was very good. I loved that. That was like the first one that actually like got me scared. It was basically a round room, and there was this accused witch on the side, like all chained up and everything. And like as it like went on, things started to like go awry, like things started like falling off the off the top, like lights are flickering, and like this witch kept on like shaking and that. I mean, like, it was like an animatronic, it's like an actor. She started like shaking in her like shackles and like pointing her fingers at people, and then like it started to get like more and more violent as the show went on. And then like it was actually quite clever because it was a round room, and the wall around you started like rotating, and like you get all these like lighting effects and everything, and this jar kept like levitating, and this like witch was levitating as well. She's like floating up. It was actually done really well. I was very impressed with that. That was like the first room where I felt like really nervous. And it's really rare that I become like nervous at scary things like that, but yeah, that was quite scary, to be fair. Torture chamber, more or less the same sort of spill with other torture chamber rooms at dungeons. I mean, I'm just comparing it to the ones I've done. It was mostly the same sort of thing. The room was a bit smaller though. Like the London dungeon one, I felt was a bit bigger. I do need to return to the London dungeon soon, probably this month. But yeah, it was pretty standard, that one. Sawney Bean's Cannibal Cave, that was another really done room. It starts off at the docks, which I'm pretty sure where the boat ride was meant to be, but they had to change it a little bit because the boat ride was being done for maintenance. So it was done in 2 stages. It was the docks, and then they send you out into this other room. Actually no, I'm actually forgetting something. Before the torture chamber, there was this like extra bit right beforehand where you have to like line up and like go through when you get called, sort of thing. There's like an actor there like telling you what to do. They do have some in-betweeny bits which I'm going to try and remember. Yeah, like after you go through into the actual cave, the woman that leads you through goes away to look for help, quotes help, and these two cannibals come out. It's like one behind. It's like moving all the way around the room. It's like they must have so many cubby holes in there in that room. That was another really well done room. I mean that was another really scary room. I was not expecting that sort of thing. The anatomy theatre. Again, it's mostly the same sort of thing as the London and Blackpool Dungeons one, but with this one, because with Edinburgh and like Burke and Hare, the bodies, like the kidnappers of the corpses in the graveyards and selling them on to surgeons and doctors, they added that into the Shawnee Beans Cannibal Cave area. And they added it into the anatomy theatre as well. Like, where did they get that body from? That was on the table. Burke and Hare sold it to them. Like they dug it out of the ground, they flogged it, and there you go. But other than that, it was more or less the same as any other anatomy theatre set from the dungeons, essentially. But it's good that they included that story in with it as well. Now, Burke and Hare Graveyard, another really well done area. It was essentially like the Sweeney Todd's barber in London Dungeons, but instead of sitting in like barber's chairs or like normal seats, you're sitting in like seats with like a tombstone behind them, and it was mostly the same thing. It was like them, because there's speakers in each of the chairs, or like on the walls behind you, so it's like really 4D effect sort of thing. And there's like wind effects, like shooting air effects. I think there's leg ticklers in there as well, as well as like I can't remember if there's water effects now or not. I didn't feel anything if there was. And then at the end, the chair sling back like you're going into a grave, that sort of thing. It was really well done. Like it was basically a reskin off of the Sweeney Todd scene in London Dungeons. King's Mary Close, which is a basically the plague hallway. You stand down this hallway, and this guy comes out. He's basically the cleaner, keeping the streets of Edinburgh clean of the plague and separating people if they got the plague, and moving them over like in an area where they can't contaminate people. That was actually quite a fun one. That was good. I like the effects with like the rats sort of thing, like the little ticklers. I think they had ticklers on the floor as well, which was really well done. There was also like water effects where people like spit out the window at you, or like throw their urine out the window, because this is when the plague times was and they didn't have toilets back in them days. But yeah, that was a really well done area, and that was more of like a comical thing as well. Castle Ghosts, yes, another really well done area, basically telling you about the ghost that haunts the house. The Green Lady, I think she was called, like, if I remember correctly. That was another really well done one, where like the bench is all moved that you're sitting on, and like things move across the table, really weird, because it's like haunted and everything. Things around the room start moving, pictures start shaking, that sort of thing, and like at the end, it's like the room goes dark, and it's like really weird figure comes out and starts walking across the room, like in front of everyone, and then like room goes dark again, and then the room's back to normal again. That was a really well done one. Again, I was like really impressed with that. Obviously the drop dead ride was out of commission, maintenance. Same thing with the boat, which I do believe it was at the docks scene, but they had to change the story a bit because there's no ghosts, no boat available. But after the castle ghost, you go straight into the, well, I went straight into the into the vaults, because we had to bypass the drop dead ride. The vaults was basically a mirror maze, the standard dungeons mirror maze where you go through and it's basically a dead end, so you're walking around aimlessly until the end, until the door opens at the end, and then you can walk out into the photo station where you can buy your photos. You go in this elevator, go back to the top level. By the way, all this is underground, by the way, and then you go exit through the gift shop and out the door. So yeah, like I said before, it's like really good. I think it's the best dungeons I've done so far. I will do your dungeon probably next year because I won't have time this year, obviously. I mean, I've got a week off at the end of October, but the only problem is Christmas is coming up, so I don't really want to be going out anywhere much after October anyway. But yeah, really good. I'm going to put the website in the description, so if you're in the Edinburgh area or thinking about going to Edinburgh, get yourself some tickets booked and go for it. It is really good. People are saying that the York dungeon is a little bit more scarier, but I need to go there to find out, obviously. So I'm gonna leave it here. The next video from this one will be the last review, which I'm going to be doing. I'll be recording it tomorrow, Sunday for Wednesday. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.